Hi, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. It's Sunday afternoon, a little later than I usually do my videos on Sunday, but I was in one of those moods where if I finish this and this, I'll be done with this project and then I can show it all. So August 4th, I did a video where I showed a gallon Ziploc bag of scrap yarn that ended up being, I think, 15 point something ounces. And I was challenging myself to use up all that yarn. Well, as of today, I did. I started off with the skein of Lion Brand homespun. The first thing I made was my July monster. That's how he turned out. This was version 1.0. This is up on my blog now. I finally got the July monster up in August. You'll see the August monster in a bit. I've gone through version 1.0. I need to type up the pattern and make a second one, then send it to a tester. Fingers crossed, I may be able to get the August monster up in August and actually be caught up so that I can start the monster make-along in September. Okay. Then I went on a Loaf Cat kick to use up the rest of the skein. I made one from the False Bubbles pattern. I made a little one from the Handmade by Janina pattern. And then I combined, yes, I combined the homespun and the tan yarn and made this guy. This was the pattern from Crafts Go Bloom. So I would say that that was it for the cats, but there are more coming. Then I made, using the tan yarn and I think another shade of brown, I made two little chihuahuas. And I forgot to take a picture of them before I sent them to Chef Lori. So I will see if I can go through the video that I did with her and grab a screenshot of her with the two little chihuahuas that I made. Those, I have a pattern for a mini dachshund that ends up being yay big. And I just shortened up the body and changed the ears and tried to make it look less like a dachshund and more like a chihuahua. So I don't have the exact pattern for that. I just winged it from another pattern that I have. Then I went on to the cotton yarn. I made the kerchief, which I will link in the description. And 5 chicken coasters. That finished off the cotton yarn. Yay! Then I pulled some gray yarn out of the box and I made a gray Loaf Cat. I did not write down, I think this one is False Bubbles. And then I combined that gray with the sparkly ice ribbon yarn. I think it was called like Line Ribbon from Ice. It's probably discontinued because it was like an estate cleaning out, gave the yarn to someone who was going to do a garage sale. The garage sale was canceled, so she gave me the yarn. So the yarn is probably several years old. I made the sparkly Loaf Cat. Okay, next. Silver Loaf Cat. I already did that one. Then, I think this is my favorite creation from this challenge. Although, this guy is given some serious competition. Sandy. This pattern is Hilde the Highland Cow. It's a free pattern from Yarn Society. Thank you, Katie. I put it in a comment when I introduced her that if you go on Ravelry and check out the pattern, you'll see that there are like 85 projects made from this pattern on Ravelry. Over 50 of them are mine. It shows how well Hilde the Highland Cow has sold for me over the years. Right now I do have 3 in stock. They're all in my Etsy shop, but she's just adorable. And I couldn't get the bell to pick up on the last video, so I'm right by the microphone. Hopefully that picked up. I got the bells from Hobby Lobby. I couldn't find them in the store. I think I had to order them online, but I got them in gold and silver, and I tried to decide from the color of the cow which one will work better. Okay. It would help if I could read my notes. I should have written these more clearly. Okay. Got back to the tan yarn that I used for Hilde. I finished it off making an emotional support chicken bag. Eventually this will have a leather tag on it that says emotional support chicken. And using the brown yarn, and I added some white sport yarn, I made the chicken to go in the bag. At my next craft show, I'm going to have a make your own chicken station where I have the bags, I have the nests, I have the eggs, I have the chickens all individually priced, and you can pick out a chicken, a bag, the nest, the egg, whatever you want to put your chicken together. We'll see how that goes. It's going to take up a little bit of room on the table, but if I sell out of chickens, it'll be worth it. Then I had some brown yarn that I needed to finish up, so I made my August monster. Here he is. 4 arms, little legs, curly little tail, weird little antler horns. The funny story behind this one, I wanted to crochet the legs in as I worked on it. So I made both legs, started, and I made the 2 arms and figured I'll just keep going with the body until I'm out of yarn and I'll already have the legs and the arms to attach. I got down to here, attached one leg, and I couldn't find the other one. I know that I made 2 legs because I remember holding them up side by side. I searched and I searched and I searched. I searched for like half an hour. Could not find that leg. And now I'm looking like what? I'm probably going to like see it on the floor or something. No, don't see it here. So, I worked from the other end. Fortunately, the yarn was caked up. I worked from the outside of the cake, and I made another leg, and I finished it up. And I still had some yarn left over. I didn't calculate it very well. So I made a second set of arms and sewed on a second set of arms. So the next step is my notes are all scribbled on, what would it be? It would have been like Thursday or Friday's to-do list. I have to type up the pattern and then make another one to check my notes, check things out, and then I'll send it to the tester and hopefully I can get this. I added a little piece of my hair there. Hopefully I can get this up on the blog in August and get caught up. Okay, after the monster. Where's the turtle? I thought I brought everything back, and I'm missing a turtle. That little rascal. Did he? Well, since I'm losing things again, I will have to get a picture of Mr. Sunflower Turtle and put him up in the corner to show you the turtle that I finished. I thought that I packed up a little box with all of my projects from out in the living room that went with this challenge, and now he's not here. And then to finish up the yarn, I made another bag for an emotional support chicken. I have lots of chickens that would fit in this bag, so we'll get a tag on it and we'll put that in with the chickens for the next show. I finished up the wool yarn, making a dryer ball. This still has to be felted. So one of these days, after I do some canning, and I've got a canning kettle that's all full of boiling water, after I take the canning jars out, I'll have a bunch of dryer balls that I'll drop in there to heat them up and then put them in the dryer to shrink them. And then, the moment you've all been waiting for. Oh, I haven't made today's Stingray of the day, but on Friday night I made a red one, and then on the trip down to the beach yesterday I made 2 silver ones. So the current count is 3 silver, 1 red, 1 orange, bright blue, slate blue, and gray. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm up to 8 stingrays. My granddaughter was so cute. What are you making, Grammy? What are you making, Grammy? And I would say, oh, you'll see in about 2 minutes. What are you making? Tell me, tell me. And once I got the whole top done, I held it up and said, what do you think? Oh, a stingray. No, I think I made the tail too. And I went, sting, sting. She, oh, you're making a stingray. Can I hold him? When you're done with him, can I hold him? So she played with him for the rest of the trip. But they're currently in the basket, waiting for the birthday party on September 1st. So what's up next? I have 2 more August projects I want to finish. I want to make the peacock from Amigurumi 5. That would be my Ami book challenge for the month of August. And this is the yarn I have left over from this month's Mystery Yarn Challenge. This one is about halfway done. This one doesn't have much out of it. This one might be about halfway done. And I still have a good amount of the Pinky Peach. So what I'm thinking is to take maybe these 2 and make a Mermaid Cat, where it's got a blue tail and a peachy top to it. And who knows, if I have enough time, maybe I'll use one of the other blues and make another mermaid kitty. And then once that's done, I'll hop into my scrap yarn challenge for September. The bag of the yarn is behind the camera right now. I'm going to get all of that nicely caked up and get a good picture of it in the light box so you can see all the different colors. It's going to be fun. Yep, it's going to be fun. I haven't made much progress in getting organized for the Mystery Yarn Challenge because left early in the morning, 2-hour drive down to the beach, spent the day with the girls, came back. It started raining pretty hard while we were leaving the beach, and then we drove through several thunderstorms. We had a doozy of a thunderstorm back here, and it knocked out our internet. So I got home ready to catch up on videos and catch up on emails and catch up on this and that. No internet. And today I was catching up on projects. So I'm going to get on the laptop and get that done. And then I'm going to play with yarn. Bye-bye.